There's a wild, mysterious place down south in the roaring 40s. They call it Pedra Branca, and it's known only to a few fishermen, sailors, and the sharks. A lone rock jutting out of the ocean with huge thundering waves. Waves that no one has ever surfed before. A real surfer's paradise. It's the kind of challenge no red-blooded surfer could resist. Certainly not legends like Tom Carroll and Ross Clarke-Jones, surfing's odd couple. Tom's the former world champion, cool and calculating. Ross is the hellraiser, anything for a bit of fun. And Ben Fordham joined their expedition chasing the monster waves of Pedra Branca.
I'm leaving Hobart on a voyage of discovery with two surfing legends, Tom Carroll and Ross Clarke-Jones.
How much do we know about where we're going?
Zero. All I know is it's a rock. It sticks up out of the water 35 feet. And it's just in the middle of nowhere, 30 odd kilometres south, the southern tip of Tasmania.
We're heading right into the middle of the roaring 40s in search of a mythical giant wave at a reef called Pedra Branca. Until now, it's never been surfed, and that's why we're going.
You just don't know what's there.
We don't know what's there.
Well, there's a lot of seals there, apparently.
A lot of sea life, a lot of big sharks, apparently. Which is a bit of an issue.
I think I feel safe.
It does look like a shark, this kid, though.
Joining Tom and Ross on this mission are young Tasmanian surfers, James and Tyler Holm-Across and Marty Paradisus. They all shun competitive surfing just to chase big waves.
This is pretty much what I sort of base my lifestyle on now, and to be able to do it at home in my own waters, it's a bonus. And to travel with guys like Tom and Ross, they're really experienced in this type of stuff.
Well, it's been a long night, long journey, and we are a long way off Tasmania, and the situation here at Pedra Branca seems to be okay. The sun's just risen and the swell is big. You can see the boat rocking and there's not a lot of wind, so the forecast seems to be just right. So the boys will now head out on the jet skis and make sure that there are some rideable waves.
We're going out there. Got to it, and it's just a big,
massive set.
Hole.
Massive set. And I was looking at Ross, I was on the inside looking at the wave break, and Ross is looking from the side on the edge of the wave, and I wish I had a photo of that because he was so small. And I was just heart in my throat just going, we've got to ride that today.
They've only been out here a short time and already it's living up to their expectations. We've got another one, here we go. Riding this as being on the wave?
Well, yeah, I love riding this, and I love getting my buddy into the best wave I can. So that's part of the timing and getting that all right.
All morning, the boys play a game of cat and mouse with the ocean. Smacked by one of these, and it's a bit like being slammed by a marauding pack of rugby fours.
How often do people tell you you're crazy?
Every day.
Ross and Tom met more than 20 years ago on the set of Mad Wax, a typically bad surf film that became a minor cult classic.
Check this out, mate. You won't believe it. You know, I got thrown into this role as the Wiz and in a bit of an acting career blossomed from there, but it sort of finished right there. But yeah, I mean, it was fun, you know. Oh, Tom Carroll, he's going to be there, and he sort of like, you know, had that head on, you know, he's world champion. Hell yeah. I was like, oh, he's a little prick, isn't he? God. But yeah, no.
Who's this Ross Clarke-Jones guy?
So how many names has he got?
He thinks he's ripping.
Oh, yeah, he's got so many names. Like.
Became best mates and forged a deep mutual respect in Hawaii, the birthplace of big wave surfing. It was here in the 90s that tow-in surfing started, catching waves that were once deemed unrideable.
I mean, I would ride like a dragon. Kind of just breathing fire all over you, dance around. You get on its back and ride it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
In 10 years, the sport of extreme surfing has come a long way. The boards are now computer designed, smaller, heavier, weighed down for maximum speed.
If I didn't have weight on the board, just like any sort of ballast in anything, it wouldn't hold its speed and its momentum. So, you know, I take these weights off and this thing's going to stop dead. At certain points it may stop dead when I don't want it to stop dead. I want the thing to just keep moving. And it's almost like, yeah, it starts cutting through the water like a knife, like through hot butter.
And despite surfing's beach bum image, it's now the boffins who are crucial to the success of these missions. Ben Matson is a meteorologist who's tracked this swell for 4,000 kilometres across the Southern Ocean as it heads for Tasmania.
It's exhilarating actually, because you're constantly just living on this adrenaline rush. I mean, even though I won't be surfing tomorrow, I'm equally as excited, you know, looking at the weather maps and seeing this thing materialise that, you know, we were you know, had its infancy a couple of weeks ago, and we've just kind of watched it, and we've got progressively more excited over the last 2 weeks, and here we are, you know, we're on the verge. I'm about to chew my nails off, so it's fantastic.
But he's a meteorologist that's got a passion to predict surf.
Waves. Surf.
I mean, not just, is it going to rain today or it'll be cloudy? And
pulses of movement in the ocean, I just love it.
I've never seen anyone get so excited about predicting a wave. We get excited about riding it, and he gets excited about telling about it.
Well, it's just really a big shallow sandbank, according to nautical charts.
For the past year, they've all joined forces to chase some of the wildest swells on record in Australia. It's part of a Discovery Channel documentary called Storm Surfers. But while science is making the swells more predictable, surfing them is just as dangerous as ever. Earlier this year at a place called Shipsterns in Tasmania, Ross tempted fate. He was lucky to limp away with just torn ligaments in his ankle.
When do you reach a point when you say, hang on, that's too big?
I think the first time I've had that was just recently, but I just actually pulled away from a surf, and Ross got injured, and that was at Shipsterns, and it was just too nasty.
Is that what happens? I mean, it's the only person I've never seen pull back.
Yeah.
And he pulled back, and I mean, that actually worried. I was a bit worried for myself, going, am I going to turn into a pussy like him? No.
But Ross knows his body has paid the price for all these pounding waves. Immediately after our Pedra Branca mission, he's booked himself in for spinal surgery. But right now, he's happy to risk everything for one more ride. Then, potential disaster.
That wave I got slapped on, it felt like I got hit in the head with a cricket bat. It felt like my whole skin got rearranged. And I can feel it in my neck going, okay, well, I'm going to get operated on anyway, so it doesn't matter. But nose started bleeding, and it was I feel a bit cross-eyed right now.
Luckily, there was no further damage, and Ross, unbelievably, went straight back out into the cauldron.
So they say as close to death you feel more alive, and I believe that. I mean, when we surf these waves, you're so close to getting hit by a lip that it can crush you in a second, or drown quite easily. And I mean, when you come off this wave, you're feeling so alive. Nothing matters.
Is it a healthy thing to get a little bit scared when you're out there amongst it?
It's very healthy. I think there's a point where it will tell you to back off. But I'll take every precaution to observe the conditions, observe what's going on, use all my experience to preserve life. I'm not here to kill myself.
Our mission to Pedra Branca will now become part of Australian surfing legend. The waves, some of the biggest ever ridden in this country.
Could be a once in a lifetime. You'll never see this wave like this again in our lifetime. I mean, it's such a rare occasion to get no wind out here. A large swell. This is like a wine-style swell.
And she'd never been ridden until you guys turned up.
She was a virgin. She's not anymore. Good day, mate. Thanks. Good day. Really.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minutes, segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.